self-improvement September. Personally, for me, the most interesting, the most productive, the best time of the year to get work done. And the reason why I always pick September, obviously, if you're living in the northern hemisphere, you understand why. If you're in the southern hemisphere, the reverse is true, because now you have a 6 to 7 month period where you can put your head down. There's absolutely no distractions, no holidays, although you shouldn't even be taking holidays unless, of course, you've worked throughout the summer period. The weather's dark, it gets a lot colder, windier, it's pitch black. There is literally no excuse not to get work done. This is the time to put your head down, remain persistent, remain dedicated to your craft, and this is a time to level up. You know when you hear all these goofy, cringy, short motivational clips where it says, this is the time, the 90-day challenge, semen retention, 5 a.m. wake up every day, read and meditate every day. You hear all these cringy stuff all the time, and even though it is for your benefit, it's extremely conducive for you. I always say that's always short bursts of motivation, and what actually guides you through is discipline and having a set, regimented routine, which is going to guide you. And to eradicate bad habits, you have to replace them with positive habits, and you have to have a vision and a goal in mind. And these are things that I always discuss on this channel, and I'll be delving into a lot of them, revisiting, so to speak, a lot of these videos and going over them in more depth. But the weather's getting darker, the weather's getting colder. You're not going away on holiday. This is a time to save money. This is a time to understand what your goals are, reevaluate your goals, look at your vision. I love this time of year because from March to September, or from April or May to September, when the weather is absolutely beautiful, everyone's going away on holiday, your boys want to go out for the weekend, you've always got a jam-packed weekend. It's always eventful. And even though that's a good thing, because of course it clears the air, it enables you to clear your minds, you can do anything that you desire, so to speak, it's not exactly productive. You're spending a lot of money, you're probably not in the gym most of the time, you might be consuming too much alcohol, you might be indulging in poor habits. This is the time where any habits that you have, this is the time to really lock in and understand, okay, these are my weaknesses, these are my strengths, these are the goals that I have, this is the reason why I want to achieve these goals. I have extra free time because there's less events that are going to occur, there's more time on my hands to do what I need to do. And this is a time to lock in, to put your head down, dedicate yourself to your craft. What is your craft? What is your purpose? The time to define what your purpose is, ascertain what it is that you want to do for the rest of your life. And now you have a 6 to 7 month stretch. The clocks are going to go back. It's going to get darker. Christmas is on the horizon. Until April next year, you have the perfect opportunity. Your weekends are going to be freer. Well, they should be anyway. But you have time to actually evaluate the situation. Okay, cool. These are the hours that I need to dedicate to perhaps studying, to working on my business. Okay, these are the times that I'm going to go to the gym. Of course, it's going to be more difficult to wake up, but there is not a better time. I always say that the perfect time doesn't exist. And of course, that statement remains true. But if there was ever to be a perfect time, it's now. It's now. As I record this, it's on the 8th of September. Of course, it looks like there's sun coming in. Of course, we are on a tail in the twilight end of the summer. Things are going to get colder. Things are going to get darker. The daylight hours are going to start to reduce. You have 6 to 7 months. And then when April, May rolls around, imagine, because I've made videos in the past about how all you need is just 4 to 6 months to really transform your current life and your current predicament in terms of your finances, in terms of where you are emotionally, spiritually, in terms of the current state of your paradigm and your subconscious mind, and the positive and negative beliefs that you have, any self-limiting beliefs. These can be eradicated in 4 to 5 months. That has been scientifically proven, and these are things that I've spoken about on my channel in the past, and I'll continue to revisit this in the future to actually help and support you guys. But until April, May, when the clocks go forward again, the daylight hours increase, you have this fantastic opportunity to really transform your life. Now, in 6 months, you're not going to become a multimillionaire. Possible. It is possible, just very, very unlikely, especially with the current situation that you may be in. But it sets you up in the right position. It allows you to get the fundamentals correctly. When you're building a house, you have to get the first floor. The foundation has to be strong. The foundation is not sturdy. As you look to climb up the ladder and actually build the upper levels of this mansion, this house that you're building, it's all going to capitulate and collapse in due course. So these 6 to 7 months is going to enable you to incorporate positive habits, analyze your weaknesses. Okay, cool. These are my goals that I want to achieve in the next year, 3 years, 5 years. Okay, this is the person I want to become in 3 to 5 years. And then you can work towards that. Fake it till you make it. The confidence, the confidence that you exude. Okay, the person that I dream to become, he looks like this, he dresses like this. These are his traits, these are his characteristics. This is how he portrays himself in the public eye. Okay, this is his image. Okay, how many hours does he work? And slowly you become that version over time of a consistent, repetitive action over time. You shift your paradigm, you shift your belief system, but you have 6 to 7 months to truly build the foundations. And you won't be a millionaire, but you're becoming the person that will make £1 million, if that makes sense. And then, kicking on, you'd have become the man that's actually incorporated positive habits, and it will be very difficult once you get the wheels turning and once you build that momentum. It will be extremely difficult to go back to your old version, and that is where your life will transform. Once you get the wheels turning, once you build actual momentum in your life, it's very difficult to go back. As I always say, when you go to the gym on a consistent basis, starting is the most difficult part. The day one, the first week, the first 3 weeks. Those are the most arduous, difficult moments, because it's actually getting yourself into that routine, into that habit. But once you're in the routine, it's actually harder to stop. Because let's say you skip a day after being so disciplined for like 3 months. You give up for one day, there might be personal circumstances, personal family problems, you miss one day. And then all of a sudden you feel so guilty, you feel so terrible about yourself. I've been in that situation multiple times, I'm sure you guys have as well. It's exactly the same. You will do everything in your power once you've built that positive habit to continue moving in that positive habit, because that's how our brains have been wired. It's an evolutionary thing. Old habits die hard. We like routine, we like regimented structures, we like habits because it allows us to stay in check, it allows us to continue the path that we're on. So again, you incorporate positive habits, the first step will always be difficult, but then the next step will always be easier, and the next step, and the next step. So it's just all about starting. It's having the motivation, it's having the courage, the discipline to get the first step. But as soon as you undertake that first step, the following steps will be absolutely simple. It won't be very difficult. So it's just getting past the first step. Don't assume that because it's so hard to get up at 5 a.m. because it's cold and it's dark and it's extremely difficult. Your brain will get into that circadian rhythm. And over time, you'll feel tired at 10 p.m. so that it will allow you to wake up at 5 a.m. Your brain, your biology will work intact and with your heart. And that is just simple biology. So again, overcome that first step, overcome that first hurdle, and the rest of your journey will simply be a lot easier. That is a reality. Self-improvement September. This is the perfect time to start. I always say that the perfect time doesn't exist, but if there was to be a perfect time, it's now. Again, this is for people living in the Northern Hemisphere. So this applies to you if you're in America, Canada, Europe, India, etc., etc. If you live in Australia, South Africa, South America, obviously the reverse is true for you. You know the time. But it's for my fellow people in the Northern Hemisphere. Self-improvement September is here. If you don't start now, you'll never start. People are going to wait to the new year. New Year's resolution. It's going to be a new me. This is how I'm going to... No. Get ahead of the game. If you want to elevate into the 10%, get ahead of the game. The average person will start on the 1st of January. Don't listen to those people. You're not an average person. You're watching this video for a reason. Start now, so in 3-4 months when we hit the new year, you're going to be ahead of the game because you would have built so much momentum. You won't even be the same person this time on the 1st of January if you start today. That is just a reality. So smash the like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and I'll see all of you guys for my next video. Peace.